Isolation Nation, welcome to the Social Distancing Social Club. I'm Ben Gleib. We got a great, very great show in store for you today. Double the great, and then also a very thrown on there. And we're so excited to continue it. We do not have the second leg of the four-legged tripod with us, but luckily we got the third and the fourth. So please, without any further ado, welcome the man you know as Chris Bowers. It's Chris Bowers.
Hey, what's up? It sounds like Henry Horse is having a real problem somewhere. Is someone attacking your house? Do you have intruders? Do you have to go help him?
I'll do it after the VFR.
Sure, okay, yeah, he can take care of himself. He's good. Queen Rachel's here. Queen, how are you doing?
Queen.
Hey, I'm home now, recovered from Miami. So
Yes.
Welcome, Q.
Well, Ben, do we want to talk about your party a little bit? Because wow, that was a lot of fun. That was a good one. Yeah, you guys. But I'll say this: Ben's party had 6 different vibes. I've never known a party with so many different vibes. Like literally, like there was a room that was just strobe lights and disco balls and dancing. There was a karaoke room. There was a weed ashram. It was amazing.
Was that the pool room, the weed ashram room?
Yeah, that one's cool out there. Yeah,
I've been in that one.
Yeah, and you like take your shoes off and sit in there. It's really a cool. It was a cool thing, man. It was a lot of fun, a lot of cool people. There are a lot of shit to trip over in your backyard, Ben. But other than that, I had no complaints. It was
Is there?
just like little stairs. There's a bunch of little weird stairs if you're super drunk. I don't know. Maybe I was just drunk, but
maybe you were just drunk, or maybe it was more than that. Nobody knows, Bowers. The point is,
maybe it was Maybelline. Anyway, it was a good time. It was a blast. Everybody was awesome. Super fun time. Yeah,
and speaking of which, there was a karaoke between Ben and Kristen Key and Jade Taylor, right? And so we just posted that video on our Patreon.
Yes, it's 2 clips of us singing a song. Kristen and I did the man part, and Jade did the woman part. That was on demand from Kristen, so I was game. It was a stretch for me, but I did my best.
Was that your first time meeting Kristen? You guys?
In person, it was my first time.
I've met
my
her
first time,
but yeah. But there were a lot of people that was the first time I saw. Go ahead.
Yeah, first time meeting Katrina Davis for me. First time. It was really, really cool. It was really fun. And I had an absolute blast. And then I got, there was also a photo booth. Bowers, I think you went to the photo booth.
Yep, that was
and
one
then
of the
I got one of the greatest piece of advice from Jeff Ross during the party. Not a lot of people were swimming, and I heated the pool. And he says to me, he's in the pool by himself, or him and Wayne Fetterman. He goes, Ben, if you turn the pool light down so it's real dark, it'll be different vibes even within the pool, and people will feel like they're not being stared at by the bright light. They'll all get in. And I'm like, I'll try it. Tried it, and all of a sudden at like 3:30 in the morning, everybody got in the pool, and it was like different vibes in the pool. It was so much fun.
Now, by the way, by pool you mean hot spring, right? Because your pool is like 107 degrees, and I mean that in a good way. It was so hot when you got out. It was 80 degrees outside. And it felt cold. It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time. But I've never been in a hotter pool, to be honest.
I heated it just for my party. It's not normally it's a very frigid 70 and nobody can get in it. But for this one day a year, I like to bring the temp up a little bit and have some fun. It was a good time. Really, I had an absolute blast. And we even got a fog machine for the karaoke studio, so it was a good time.
Ben, you want to tell everybody how to support the show?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What you do is you sing karaoke and you get drunk. Wait, I'm confusing things. If you like to support the show, you can Venmo us in the upper right of the screen. You can PayPal us at sdscshow.com. The links are there. Or, of course, you can Super Chat. We prefer the PayPal or the Venmo because Super Chat's a bunch of greedy motherfuckers. And on top of that, if you'd like, that's all I say at that point, right? And then I say the game in a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'll do the game part. But I do want to say my favorite, well, not my favorite thing, but one of the fun things that happened Saturday is Ben sent me to the weed store to pick up some supplies for the party. And at the weed store, my new favorite thing, they have a weed edible inhaler.
What?
That is awesome. This is a weed, so it's just, and that's 5 milligrams of weed. It's unbelievable. And you could probably use this on a plane. I don't think anybody would fucking.
That is true. And then Bowers had the greatest line because the first time he hit it, he was sitting there coughing in my living room, and he goes, I didn't know air could go down the wrong pipe.
That's what happened to me. We had a fun overnight game. You're not gonna like this one, Ben. It's actually hashtag present for Ben because it's poop a song. It was poop a song, so no, you're not gonna like it. Shannon Savage to it like she had free turd. And Plop It Like It's Hot by Poop Dog, but that one was good.
My God.
Jennifer Storyhead, you can't touch this. I mean, you can, but why would you want to? I thought that was really good. And then Renee H had 2 really good ones. She had, somebody said, hey, we want some poopy, which I thought was great. And this rhymes with pussycat. And then Renee, she also had, oh, I just pooped in your arms tonight. It must have been something I ate. So that was the winner. Renee H had the one with it must have been something I ate. I love that one a lot. That was good. What's the Night King? Do we have a Night King game?
Yeah, the Night King game was Sesame Street, a TV show. You know, because it's not a TV show enough. But my favorite, the Night King winner is Tam Brown with the Iron Swedish Chef. He said some things in Swedish, and I wasn't going to pronounce it, but here we go. Alizerken Querzdurken Vatdifurken.
I'm glad you decided still.
Nailed it.
That's how the Swedish chef talks. I don't think that's actual Swedish.
I realized that.
I love that Rachel thinks that's pronouncing Swedish. That I think you still took the day off on the pronunciation.
Birkin.
I realized as I was saying it.
That is hilarious. He thought it was real sweet.
Thanks, Tam.
Well, today's game, because tonight I am at Roast Battle at the Comedy Store, roasting the very funny Ryan Niemiller. We're going to roast a movie. So we're not going to make fun of a movie because that seemed hard. So we're just going to cook a movie. Roast, cook, whatever, a movie. So like Fry Hard, anything. Cook. What would I... Steve had some good ones. They put them up on the thing. You know how to do this. Play the game. Put it in the chat or the Venmos. For at least $5 will get you in the game. Rachel, read some of
There will be BBQ.
There you go. That's great.
There you go.
And if you're in our video front row, you get up to 2 entries for free.
For free. For free. Cool. All right. Speaking of the video front row, Ben, here we go.
Oh, is it time for that? But you explained, or you already explained how you enter. Okay, good. I'm going to start listening to the show. Please turn on your cameras. Join the party. It is going to be quite a fun one right now. VFR, it's time to get VFR'd.
Sure.
No, maybe not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, VFR.
Okay, get it. I am ready to bring on whoever is spotlit first. We've got Mike Hawk and Ivana Humpalot.
Oh my God, you guys.
I think Val is Mike Hawk, though, I think. I'm not sure, but that's my guess.
They're so silly.
Steve seems like an Ivana Humpalot for sure. That's all I'm saying. He's the Bert of this group.
He does. We've got Frank Notaro coming to us. Angles coming back with the best use of his angles so far. He gave us a logo above it. It was really well used.
Sure. And that logo looks perfectly proportioned. Like he didn't end up with an extra piece of paper at the bottom of it. What's that about?
That's the design.
Oh, it's like that on purpose. Okay, I thought you just tiled it wrong.
No,
my bad. All right, good job.
We are joined by James Nielsen, everybody. James,
What's up,
great to have you. You really got to move away from the sanitation dump because it really some kind of a fume coming out there, and I don't know if you're aware of it, but I think it should stop. We are joined, ladies and gentlemen, by one of my favorites here in the VFR. You gotta love her, you know her. It's Sips Nip Slips. We're great to have you here. Sips, it's great to have you.
That's the best one yet. I love it.
Wonderful to have you here in the VFR. Still the mayor of Mad Ones, by the way, as well. We are also joined by JP Sleepy Bear coming from a car in Alaska. Look at that. He has to go in the car to smoke weed, except he doesn't because he also smokes weed inside all the time.
This is a quiet space. The kids were getting loud.
Love that.
Yeah.
Very nice. We are joined by Tampathy, mostly meh.
I thought that said meth, Tam. Sorry, I didn't read the meh right away.
Not that Texan.
We are joined by Wendy Swerdlow, sweet cherry eye, eating some kind of tasty bread. We're joined by Gredger Being Poe. Okay. You have been warned, Ray Claimer. What's that mean?
There's some
Game
dark
entries
entries.
are
There's some dark
dark.
entries. There's a.
Okay, we got dark entries coming. Sure, I like that. I like a promise of a good time. We are joined by Aranka. Wake me up before you go. You guys are all tired, huh? I'm pretty tired too. I just went to a Pilates class and I was, as always, the only man there. Carmel makes me go to Pilates. She couldn't even go. She didn't. She went probably at 6 a.m. I went at 12:30 and was late 15 minutes.
Of
And
course you were.
Not you.
I know. Believe it.
It's pronounced pull outies, Ben. It's not.
My legs are jello right now. Thank God I can sit right now for an hour and a half. My legs are jello. We are speaking of jello. We are joined by LJ Mudson stuff. What's the stuff? It's jello. They'll probably be sending me soon to make me eat a lot of it. Even though you didn't make me eat it, you were just being nice. It was Steve that made me eat it. I do like jello. I wonder how much I
What's
can
the
eat.
most jello you could eat, Ben? What do you think the most jello you could eat would be?
Probably eat like 4 or 5 of those little.
I could eat 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah, I think you could eat 2 gallons of jello. I could, if I made 2-gallon buckets of jello, bet you could eat it all.
No, I bet you could eat 2 gallons. I could eat. I think maybe if I could over the course of like 90 minutes, I could eat maybe 7 of them.
Ooh.
I could
7
eat more than
gallons?
7.
You could eat more than 7.
Yeah.
Okay, well I
Jello's mostly
Jello-
water. I bet I could eat a lot of jello. We could
I smell a contest brewing Bauer versus Rachel on Jello eating.
I'd be good with that.
A
Yeah,
Jello.
shots.
I could eat a bunch of
Jello.
jello. Jello shots are different, but
No,
I
not
could eat a lot of
Jello
jello shots too. But
All right. I'm very curious. To see this happen. I will observe it as a conscientious observer. We are joined by Sean Ehrlich and his fan.
oh no!
Oh. Wow.
Wait, Sean. So your fan is spraying all over your face. Now we know what LaBelle's into. Okay, I like that.
Really, that's the opposite of what. I guess that's true. No, it does. It happens. Really, that is probably the best part of fucking a fan is that you give and it gives right back.
I don't know why. I don't know why you've been making fun of Chris all this time about the fan when mine's been sitting behind me.
This whole time, I know,
That's
right?
crazy.
You just don't
I
look
never
like a guy who
noticed.
would fuck a fan, Ehrlich. LaBelle
fair
looks like a
enough.
guy who would fuck a fan. You look like a guy who would be friends with a fan. Like the fan would be like, "Hey, let's just be friends." That's actually more of a burn on Sean because at least
At least LaBelle's fan wants to fuck him. Is what you're saying?
yeah, at least I mean, can you imagine being in the friend fan zone? That would be terrible.
Oh my god.
Holy Lord. Well, standing and sitting right now in front of a bunch of fully nude fans, it's Chris LaBalls, everybody. When you ask a fan to show you its fanny, it really doesn't know what to do. It's at the front, it's at the back, nobody knows. It's at the insides, at the switch, nobody really knows. We're joined by Emil Ronalds. Emil! Great to have you. AMR in the VFR. Emil Ronalds. We are joined by Brad Clark, everybody, coming to us from the cosmos, the place where this show was conceived and brought to full term. We are joined by better Ralph than never. Ralph!
Oh, look at that. Adorable.
Always anniversary to Ralph's parents. June 18, 83, married on my birthday. I was 5. Ralph, I hate to break this news to you, but the news. I'm your brother, Ralph. I'm your brother. We're taking a long time to get married after having me as a nice little bastard boy, but we're a family again today. That's hilarious. We are joined by Shannon Burke coming to us from the living room I would have had if I was an adult in the 70s.
Farrah Fawcett poster. Big fan of that. Nice job.
There's no turning that faucet off, my friends. We are joined by Anna Hood and friends, and that friend is JoJo, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Look at that. It's so fun when people
that.
get together and watch the
And
show.
one more.
Oh, God.
Ooh, no.
Hey, look at that.
Hell
that?
yes.
Nice. Awesome, guys. Good to see you.
Hell yes.
Are you doing an amusement? Is that a Ferris wheel behind you?
Together.
It is. Yep.
Nice.
What are you about to do?
We just finished lunch. We're on the river in Sacramento. And
Of that, I recommend disconnecting audio from one of those two phones.
Yeah.
I already did, Ben. This is like phantom.
Muting's not the same as disconnecting audio, though. I think we're still gonna get echo, maybe.
If they're talking, yeah.
Solid point, but all right.
But thank you for doing that. That's very exciting. We'd love to see you coming to us from that Ferris wheel later in the show, so that's a challenge. Hope you accept.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
From the
You could
Ferris.
even have one of you in two different cars, and then we could see a cool view of it, a second angle. There's a lot of things you could do.
Angles.
We're jo-
Did you hear Frankie go angles?
And we are joined by the ray of light that makes SDSC shine. It's Ray Benjamin, everybody. Ray, that didn't mean you could talk. We just call you the ray of light. Doesn't mean you can talk.
Doesn't make a noise, Ray. Light doesn't make a noise.
That's correct. I didn't say thunder, motherfucker. I said it was light. We are joined by Lindsey Brown, everybody, coming to us from the Cactus Emporium. You need a cactus, you go see Lindsey Brown. Come on down to see Lindsey Brown. And we got Frank Berman, everybody. He's the picture's back up, huh?
Yep.
I get it.
It's not your birthday every day.
Not your birthday.
Not your birthday every day.
Great,
so.
I get it, but it looked great with it up, with it not up. I'm just saying, it looks good now too. It looks really good now too. Just different. And we are joined by Steph Andrews, everybody. Good to have you, Steph.
That Vegemite.
You now got Vegemite on your show.
I had my niece and nephew over yesterday, and I have to hide that from them. Otherwise, they smear it all over the walls.
Wow.
Oh.
Somebody needs
Wow.
a behavioral therapist for their niece and nephew, and that is Steph Andrews, everybody.
And a parent that niece and nephew was at the Capitol riot smearing things on walls. So there you go.
Oh, gosh. Got to train somewhere. I think we all know that. And we are joined in the VFR last, but certainly not least, by the young lady who will be drawing today's festivities, the echo-prone lately, but still wonderful, Leedy.
Not my fault. No way.
Probably not. Corbin!
Woo! Lady Corbin!
Also coming to you from Sacramento. I just got the whole initiation onto Steve's tour, so I'm ready to go.
What did that entail, lady? What did you have to do?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Aw.
Exactly.
But we know it's not Andrew Rivers because he's not on this tour. Anyway,
Also, Leedy.
He is on that tour.
Yeah, dude.
Leedy came to the party on Saturday. It was very good to see Leedy now in 2 different cities. That was exciting. Did you have fun? Were you able to hang even though there was a bunch of adults at the party, or?
Hey, I am an adult. I had
right, you are an
heaps of fun.
adult.
It was so much fun. It was such a blast. I was not high, so it was a much more normal experience, and I wasn't tripping over stuff. Bowers.
true. That's true.
Hear that?
We also have smaller feet, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, okay, good point, good point. It was super
My-
fun. I
my-
spent most
my-
of my time in the karaoke room, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
I saw
my
that.
favorite Leedy story was on Friday night. We went to Supernova, and so I just took her down Hollywood Boulevard just because, people whenever they come down to Hollywood Boulevard, and the premiere of Fast 9 was at the Chinese Theater, right? So there's people lining both sides. There's fences, and she goes, "What's going on?" I go, "Oh, it must be it's the premiere of Fast 9." She goes, "Who would line up for that? Just go tomorrow." No. It's the premiere. Like, The Rock is here. Like, this isn't like the midnight showing at the New Mexico Cineplex. This is a little different. What kind of loser would wait in line to see that movie? Just go tomorrow. I'm like, no, it's a red carpet.
Sorry.
It was very funny. So, all right, that's the end of the Village Row. We have 2 amazing comics, as always. 2 amazing comics. Adam Mamawala, Danny Alabama's back. Danny, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
I'm doing well. Nice to see you all, as always. Would I have been invited to the party if I lived in LA? Did my location have nothing to do with it? Did Danny Alabama show up?
No, what it was, I wanted you to be there so badly, and then I asked, please, Lord, live in L.A., Adam. I hope that you do. And when I found out you didn't, I didn't want to trouble you with the invite, but I was sad.
I appreciate that.
He did actually text me and ask me where you lived. So
I
that
did.
helped.
I did actually.
When he texted me, he said, "Are there any cool SCSC comics that live in LA that I should invite?" And yeah, he said, "Well, Adam Mamawala lives in New York."
Who's to say I wouldn't have flown out?
Well, next year we'll know.
It's been great having you on the show, Adam. It's been great having you here.
So Adam's here. We also have Rachel O'Brien is here. Rachel, how you doing? I'm excited. She's here.
Rachel.
Yes, Rachel O'Brien.
Woo! Is it working? Oh, there we go. Hi.
There we go.
Hello.
I missed the birthday party. I was invited, not to brag, Adam. I apologize. I'm busy not living in LA at the moment, so. Best parties are the absolute best. There's that whole like ashram opium den thing. I mean, I'm not saying anyone's doing opium, but that's
what it feels like. No, she's not wrong. It feels exactly like that. Like I felt like the Beatles had written at least one album in that room.
I was gonna do an absinthe ceremony in there late night with fire, and I just forgot.
You already went too hard with other things. I get it.
I'm just picturing like wild country in Ben's backyard. Is that basically the vibe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pool, there was a bartender, it was a whole thing, man. I can't even there was a scavenger hunt where at the end there were drugs. It was a lot of fun. There was a map. I'll show you that. When you walk in, he gave you a map of his house. Like, it just had all the different styles. It was just like this cool little thing, man. It was just awesome.
I found drugs on a scavenger hunt one time. It wasn't what I was looking for, but I still found them.
Nice. What kind of drugs?
Just as good.
I made that up. I just thought it was funny.
Oh, okay. You can't even fake a drug. You're like, nah, I don't know. No, you got me. No follow-up questions, please.
I can't name one drug.
Preludes. Do they make those still? I don't know.
All your drug references are from Wolf of Wall Street. I love it, Rach.
Ben, I know that you hate open closets, but what do you feel about open doors leading to a hallway?
I'm less bad about that. I just don't like opening a door and just seeing a bunch of mess that you can't see or enjoy. So a hallway view is fine, but it's definitely better what Rachel
Keep it open, Rach.
I just closed the door.
Aww.
Thank you.
Was that why?
That's what she was mentioning. Now, Rachel, when you close that door, did God open a window? Is the window open in there?
No, but I literally just heard that, and I was like, did I leave mine open? But I did not realize it was referencing to me.
He hates open doors.
Yeah, Rach, just as a reference, anytime anybody comes on this show as a guest or a front row person and they have a door open, Ben always tells them to shut their door. So the fact that he didn't do that to you is a sign of respect, really, I think. The fact that he didn't want to he didn't want to give you notes, that was weird.
I have great respect for Rachel. She's a dear friend of mine. I got a lot of respect for her. And that explains it. You're absolutely right.
Well, you're going to be the guest on my live show on Nowhere Comedy Club.
Yes, I will. I'm going to be on Rachel's podcast live. It's an incredible podcast. We will get into it and tell you all about it. It's what's the name of it though? It's called
7 Deadly Sinners. It's true crime. It takes down false prophets, preachers, and cult leaders who do a bunch of weird shit.
Yes. Nice.
Yes.
I like that.
She heavily researches it, and it's very amazing and awesome and really worth listening to.
Thanks.
All right. Let's check that out.
That before we get to stand up, I just found some photos. Can I bring up a couple of photos that I have to show you guys from some incredible moments from Saturday? The first one here stemmed, if I can screen share, Taylor. The first one here stemmed from what happened here? Stemmed from the live show, Ben Gleib and Friends show. I was delivered on air. Yet again, a surprise that turned virtual moments into real life moments when Andrew, Goya, and Carmel brought out a cake made by the Mad Ones. That's a cake. To prove that's a cake, I will show you another image of it actually being cakeified. You'll see this right here. Hold on. Check this out. Are you able to see this one now? No, I got to stop and start again. Hold on. Boom. Look at that. It was incredible. A 2-scale, 2-size replica of a red box.
Nice. Wow.
So now we know what is inside that box, my friend.
Well, now we know that.
What else did you expect?
Now we know that the box is inside Ben, so we've solved that problem.
That's correct. That's correct. This is the last image of it I will show you. And boom, sorry it's taking a minute here, but here is the box destroyed. My box got destroyed by people, guys. Box got tore up. And then the last thing I got to show you here is the hit of the party. There was 2 treasures you could find. One of them maybe, yes, did lead to some edibles. But the big prize that I think everybody enjoyed and really made the party what it was, you guys will see here. We had a hot dog stand that was literally a treasure you had to find on the map. And this was something that everybody got to enjoy. It was the hot dog maker you guys sent me, the front row sent me, and the Nathan's and the Joey Chestnut sauce, which is incredible. And when everybody left, I was by myself floating in the pool at 7 in the morning, eating hot dog after hot dog. I had about 7 hot dogs that night. I don't know why there's an echo happening, but it was pretty incredible. And that's the clear picture. But this picture right here shows you very grainy, Bigfoot style, what the thing looked like during the party. It's very grainy, but you see there's the wood block there that Hayden gave me in the background, and there's the photo of all of us cheersing hot dogs.
You can't see any of that, Ben.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It was magic. Thank you, guys. You guys made the magic amped up a whole nother level. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was super cool. It was super fun. It was also fun explaining to your famous friends what our stupid show was, and they didn't have any idea what it was.
Like
Easter
Easter
on
eggs
Ben's
all
show,
over.
like Ben has a show. I'm like, it's SDSC. He's like, I know, and then I'm like, I just.
Yep. The drink menu was called social distancing, social cocktails, parentheses, SDSC. There was an isolation nation drink. There was lots of good stuff, but nobody knows.
Half the people knew, just half the people didn't. It was just interesting. It's like, I'm like, what
let's
do you
go
do?
through
She's like,
some
I was in the
general
office.
stuff.
I'm like, oh yeah, I was on Ben's show. Anyway, we got any tips coming in? What we got, Rach?
We do. So LJ Motes sent $5 and said, for Rachel O'Brien, if she opens that door, just to bother Ben.
Right, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Cass said, it pains me to do this, but he earned it because nip slips actually made me snort laugh. Great job, Glarb.
Fucking nip slips.
John Dugan said, Bowers, you're gonna need burn cream after going against the cripple threat tonight. Recommended something with lidocaine. There's nothing creams can't. Sure? Can't.
Sure, cure. I think is what they're going for.
I think that's fair. This price it. I think is Roast Battle still live streamed? Like, can people?
It does, but they don't. We're not one of the main events. They told me they only live stream the 3 main events, so we're an undercard. So it's the first time we've done it. So they, I mean, there's, you know, you got to. It's kind of a process. So I'm not on the live stream yet, but I'll be the undercard. But yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, I'm sure he'll burn me. We'll see. Ryan's a great comic.
Renee Wenzel said Ben will probably be pooping out cake for a week. All right.
Well, we don't know how Ben's digestion works, Taylor. To be fair, I mean, no one eats like he does. I can't imagine. Maybe he has 4 stomachs. Who knows?
That's
And
very
I
true.
tell you, I love so much the respect that I've earned on this show for my eating skills. It means so much. You saying no one eats like I do feels so good.
Well,
If anyone's
I've
calling
never
with
seen anything
the-
like it. And I once had a buddy in college who lost 30 pounds because he just quit eating buffets, and he lost 30 pounds just not eating buffets. So I know some fat people, and you can eat out better than all of those guys.
Let's just say as soon as he did that, I filled his gap. What is that, Rachel?
That's like the Jared from Subway and buffets. Like, that's not a great diet. Even the Jared from Subway wasn't great. It was just like, stop eating so much.
Yeah, I mean, most diets are just if you eat one specific thing, you get sick of it, so you don't eat a lot, and then you lose weight. That's really what it's about, is eating until you're sick of bacon, and then you lose weight. That's keto.
Yeah. I mean, I used to weigh 200 pounds as a kid, and I ate a lot of nachos. Cut those out.
It's amazing that Jared from Subway was so disciplined in such a specific way.
He only had willpower in one area. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Also, I gotta tell you guys, if you cut back on pussy, you don't lose a pound. Unfortunately, I've learned that the hard way.
Are we caught up, Rach?
No, a couple more. So Alexander Breyer said, hey, Bowers, how'd you like that walk-off against the Reds last night?
It sucked. I did not like it. 4 games in a row we lost, but that's neither here nor there. Fuck you, Alex Bryan. Anyway, sorry. I'm joking, Alex. Well, it did hurt, though, because I watched the whole game, and I was very sad at the end.
And then front row Steve tipped the show $20 because we got Ben and Bowers to both say Mike Hawk and the Queen too.
I love how you put that at the end till you didn't. That is great.
I used to want to have a band. Well, I had a band, but I wanted to call it Gigantic Hawk because you can't say it without saying Gigantic Hawk. And the band never wanted to use that name, so I turned it into a question on Idiot Test on nationally broadcast television. It says, touch the gigantic hawk. And there's a little hawk and a huge hawk. And there's a magnifying glass, and usually our tests are very complex, but sometimes we throw a really simple one in there to fuck with people. You literally just had to touch the huge hawk. And the contestants, did you touch the gigantic hawk? And they'd be like, yes, I did. I'm like, you did touch the gigantic hawk, didn't you? Okay. Really fun.
Was that the last episode of Idiot Test, or was that someone?
No, they let us get away with crazy shit. Like, we had one test that was my favorite. It was the first time we did something like this. We had the test was a huge sign of a freeway sign with the word "Welcome to Los Angeles," and then a picture of Justin Bieber, a picture of Christian Bale and Charlie Sheen, and it said, "Touch the biggest a-hole in Los Angeles." And you had to put your finger in the hole in the letter A to get the answer right. And the woman gets it right. And I said to her, "Is that the first time you've put your finger in an A-hole?" And she goes, "No." And I go, "Well, I bet it's the first time you did that and you got money for it. That's $200. I'm going over there."
Then she said, "No."
We repeated that joke in different ways about 3-4 times. It was pretty ridiculous.
Last general, we had a pre-show general from Martha Rhodes for the SDSC team. I am a lurker who is grateful to you all for lifting my spirits through the last year. You in the VFR provide an environment of laughter and friendship in a virtual world that overflows in real life. Rachel, I apologize ahead of time. SDSC is a combination of comedy and camaraderie that compelled me to create my own word to describe it. Thank you all for the comedy radity. And she sent the show $500.
Wow! Awesome! Thank you so much, Mary. That is Mary. Is that
Martha?
Martha. Thank you so
that
much,
is
Martha.
so
That's
kind.
awesome,
Wow.
man. Very cool.
You can make up words as often as you want if you're going to tip us so generously. That is so kind. Comedy roddery it is. That is very sweet. Thank you so much.
I had a thought the other night. I think the SDSC is one of the first times that the internet has brought positive to people together that were for good. You know, it's been linking like pedophiles and racists together for a very long time. But this is the first time like it's been like good people to like fucking form a community like this and like for positive shit. You know what I mean?
Shut the fuck up, Dick.
See what I mean? See the support in that? I'm talking about like, you know, I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding. When someone says it on the internet, normally they're actually saying shut the fuck up. Anyway, Rachel, we caught up. All right, let's get to our first comic. You know, he's one of our favorites. He gets back every time. He's the one, the only. It's Danny Alabama Mamawala.
Thank you. $500 tip, and Bowers can't even get her first name right. Unbelievable.
Yes, that's why I asked.
I know. I feel like I want to start by clarifying why I couldn't name one drug in my hypothetical strategy. I am not a drug guy at all, and it's clear to me why that is. Like, I come from I'd say pretty conservative background, so much so that we were on a family vacation in Amsterdam in Holland, which can only be described as a really weird choice for a family vacation. But when we were there, at one point people were just like hanging out, like smoking weed, like on like at a park, just relaxing. And my mom looked at us and with a very disgusted look said, "Look at all these people strung out on pot." So, don't have a lot of experience in the drug world. In the Heights. Who saw In the Heights? I thought it was pretty damn good. Thoughts? I was a fan. I watched it on HBO Max, but I'm very tempted to see it in theaters. Not because I feel it needs a second watching, just because the last movie I saw in theaters last year before they closed indefinitely was a film about a down and out Ben Affleck inspiring a ragtag group of youths to win a high school basketball championship. And I've had to live with that for 16 months. Do you know what that's like? How hard that's been to defend for a year and a half? It's really exhausting. This I'm not even gonna lie about what I'm doing. This is me trying to see if anything that I wrote last year still makes sense or is funny. So you guys can let me know. I was considering like who gets to say "I told you so" the most after everything that's happened with the pandemic. I think you got hypochondriacs for sure. Definitely Bill Gates is in there. But I think number one, this is kind of a wild card, that dude who bought his wife a Peloton for Christmas in 2019, he knew it was up. Okay, all right. That one might live on, unclear. I think the real winners of last year were kids who were already being homeschooled. Like, for once in their life, they just get to not be weird, and that's great. I'm really proud of that. That's awesome. I just love the idea that 5 years from now, all the homeschool kids will be bullying the regular school kids. Like, you go to school in a building? Okay. I consider this to be the dumbest joke that I wrote during the pandemic, but I would never root for anyone to get sick. But if DJ Khaled had tested positive for COVID, I definitely would have wanted to be the first one to tweet another one. It's bad. It's bad. I admit it's pretty bad. I felt in addition to stimulus checks, we all should have been allowed to uncancel one celebrity. I think that would have been a good policy. Whatever, we all had a tough time. You know what I mean? Like if listening to Thriller was going to get you through lockdown, just fuck it. Listen to Thriller. You know what I mean? Like we all went through a lot. If you want to watch the first season of House of Cards and not feel like an asshole, you're allowed to do it just while we're inside. Once we go back outside, you can't do it anymore. I think outside of healthcare workers, I think I probably feel the worst for roommates of comedians and actors being asked to film comedy sketches. That's just more of a thought. That's more of a tweet. Let's be honest. That's not a great joke. But what's amazing to me is like how much some people and companies have adapted and how little others have. Like the fact that we're where we are right now and Corona beer is still just selling Corona beer, really inspiring, honestly. Like I feel like collectively we all last year were like, maybe not now. And Corona heard that feedback and they were like, we hear you, but what if, hear us out, we just started making seltzer? Like the stubbornness is really amazing. Because I got to tell you, if there had been a car called the Chevy COVID, I don't think they keep making that car. Do that? Seems unlikely. Which I guess means that Corona is a good product, which I wouldn't have expected. Because those are the only products that survive a horrible name. Like, the Porsche 911 is such a good car that 9/11 happened, and they still kept making the Porsche 911. That's unbelievable. That is insane. At that point, if I'm Porsche, I'm just gonna like test the waters and see how far I can go. Like, if we come out with a Porsche pedophile, will rappers still drive them in music videos? It's unclear. Oh man, I had one more bit, but it's like 2 minutes. Do I have time? Am I gonna go way over?
Go for it,
All right,
man.
cool. All right. So, this can only be described as a very hard pivot. But for anyone who didn't hear the news yesterday, a player on the Las Vegas Raiders came out, which is a big deal. He's the first player to come out while like actively being an NFL player. And I was watching, actually I was watching The Bachelor last night. Don't ask me why. But they had one of those like coming up on ABC News. And the reporter was like, and the first NFL player to come out as a gay. He just says this like on the news. I posted it on my Instagram stories. This happened last night. And I was like, what the fuck? But it made me remember this thing that happened a couple years ago that I hadn't thought about in a long time, which is that like when you live in New York or LA or somewhere progressive, you don't expect to like hear people being homophobic or transphobic. And there was something that I witnessed in a doctor's office a couple years ago that is still like jarring to think about. So this is what happened. I go to this doctor's appointment, and at this time, the MTA, which runs the subways in New York, had announced that the announcements were no longer going to say, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen." They're going to say, "Excuse me, passengers," so that it was completely gender neutral. Now, evidently, this made people who are upset about the PC police very upset, and these two receptionists are having this very loud conversation in a packed waiting room about this new thing the MTA was doing. And this one receptionist is like, this is so ridiculous. Like, is this really what the MTA is worried about spending their money on? They don't want to offend anybody. Everybody's such a baby now that we have to change the rules so a couple people don't get their feelings hurt. Like, you know, I'm a woman, but sometimes when there's a long line for the women's room, I just say like, oh, I feel like a man today. And then I just go use the men's room. And she's just proudly having this conversation in front of like 50 people in a waiting room. And it was really upsetting. And it was one of those times where like everyone's kind of looking around like someone should say something and no one was doing it. And I just had this impulse. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to say something. So I stood up, I walked over to the counter. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, everybody in this room heard what you were just saying. And if that's your opinion, I guess you're entitled to it. But like, this is your job. You work here. It's really inappropriate for you to be saying that at work. You don't know everybody's story in this room. You don't know if people are gay, if they're transgender. Like, it's really wrong for you to be doing that here. And she kind of like thinks about it. I can see her absorbing it. And she looks back at me and she's like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I should not have been saying that here. And I was really happy I had said something. And then as I walked back to my seat, it was the weirdest thing. There was like no applause. Like, are we not applauding heroes anymore? I mean, the moral of that story is sometimes you can do the right thing for the wrong reasons. I'm Adam Mamawala. See you later. Happy Pride.
Adam Mamawala, everybody. Tip jar is open. Yeah, sometimes I'll meet, like, as a white guy, sometimes you'll meet white dudes that just assume it's like they've never met someone that wasn't racist. Like, I was on a shuttle bus once, and this white dude just looks at me and he goes, and the bus driver was black, and he's like, hope he doesn't rob us. I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, so at the point where, like, I don't think he's ever met a person who wasn't racist in his whole life at that point. Like, that, like, kills it wherever he lives. Like,
yeah,
that's
just the assumption that, like, this person you've just met is on board with you being shitty.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just
even
like...
I experience that sometimes. I'm like, I know you don't know what I am, but, like, I'm brown. Like, I would tread lightly if you were talking to someone who you didn't even know what their deal was. I've had that, like, as a passenger in an Uber or Lyft, where it's, like, the driver is just openly homophobic or racist, and I'm like, do you want a tip? Like, what are we doing here?
You're just allowed to yell that shit out. I will say that there was
real quick, Bowers. Sorry, real quick. The opposite of being robbed. Not only is tip jars open, but you can tip by Venmoing them right at the screen, or you can PayPal at sdscshow.com, or of course Super Chat. I want to make sure Adam gets the chance to get all the tips.
And I can't find my picture, but a picture I took, but March like 18th last year of 2020. So 2020, I saw a billboard in front of my apartment that said the Corona of beer and had a Corona beer. And I was like, that's a bad billboard now. Jeez, how long? And they kept it up for a full 6 months before they took it down. I don't know if they paid a lease or what happened, but I'm like, you can't keep having that as the billboard. Jesus Christ.
They should have changed that to "We are so sorry."
Right?
That would actually be kind of an interesting project for a photographer, though. So, like, take photos of all the things that didn't happen. Like, there's so many of those still in New York that's like, you know, whoever it is, like Bad Bunny concert, like May of 2020 at the Barclays Center. It's like, was it though? I feel like that probably didn't happen.
So you don't do drugs because your mom thought they were gross when you were a kid? Because that doesn't make you seem any cooler.
That is a ridiculous rationale. That makes me seem less cool. I get that. No,
you don't smoke pot or anything?
I have.
No, his mom said it was gross.
And I have smoked and I've done edibles. I've never done anything beyond that. But like, I do not. I wish I'm jealous of people who enjoy weed the way it's meant to be enjoyed, which is to like mellow you out. Every time I smoke or especially have an edible, at some point that night, I will question every decision in my life that led to that moment, and I hate it. Like I get severe anxiety, and I can't. No matter like what I try, no matter what the quantity is, it just like doesn't. I feel like I don't have the brain for it.
Yeah.
Same.
It's kind of a bummer.
I used to think
and
that.
CBD doesn't seem to do anything. I've tried CBD, and it's like I feel like nothing has happened.
There's a thing called Delta 8, which is like this legal weed stuff. Maybe try that. It's supposed to be weed without the paranoia. They like figured out whatever.
Not a good time for the name Delta 8, by the way. The variant is coming.
Nah.
That's gonna go the way of Corona and the Porsche 911 pretty soon.
I'm not getting that one. What's that about?
It's called the Delta variant.
Yeah.
It's like the newest, worst strain of COVID. But what is this Delta 8 business?
It's like it's legal in all 50 states. You can buy it at CBD stores, but it's like it's like 3-2 beer. I don't know if you know what that is. Like when you were a kid, like a long time ago, they used to have beer that didn't have as much alcohol as regular beer. So like you could drink it you would drink it when you're 18. Actually, Zima was a malt liquor to start with, but that's neither here nor there. But like so, this is basically like they took one molecule out of it, so it's not technically THC, so it's not illegal. But in doing that, they advertised they took out the paranoia, and I've done it a couple times, and that I feel like that. I don't have the same like, wait, what, am I gonna die? That you have sometimes, not always, but like if you have too much, sometimes you're like, what's that in my throat? Oh my god, I'm gonna die for like an hour, and it's
Yeah, I think it's partially because like I do it so infrequently that it's like not a known quantity. Where like if I have 4 drinks, I kind of know how that will make me feel, and if I have like a couple puffs of a joint, I'm like this could go any number of ways.
Yeah, I always say like if I ran a mile tomorrow, my legs would fall off. But if you run every day for a month, usually you're pretty okay. Anyway, Rach, we got any tips?
Powers. You know when you're watching YouTube and you can like speed it up by like 1.25, 1.5, and like they just speak really quickly? That's what I hear when you speak sometimes. I look down at my computer, be like, oh, it's not YouTube. It's just Bowers speaking.
And you know why that is? You know why that is, Rachel? I can see your face being bored, so I'm trying to get through it faster. Like, I start a story, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to go how I hope it's going to go, so I just say it as fast as I can, because I know if I don't say it, it'll be what's in the box, and people want to know what the end of the story is for 2 years, so I have to get to the end, but I say it very quickly so not to waste your time and get that face. Anyway, tips.
I know it doesn't look like it, but I have a really good poker face. I'm really good at poker.
I agree, but you're not very good at looking interested. That's all I'm saying.
I'm so sorry.
We have all got our own insecurities on this show. Like when Steve's not here, I eat. You know what I mean?
Oh, Lord, there it is. All right, Adam, some tips. We had LaBelle say, I love the set as always, but your homeschool kids bit killed me.
Super funny.
Thanks, buddy.
Love that.
And then Alicia West sent you $10. Funny as always. Front row Steve, $10. Applause represented by cold hard cash. Marielle sent you $10. Danny, great set. I applaud you. Steph Andrews sent you $50 and said, the movie gag is so real. I'm so happy that so many movies are finally coming out now after so long. Great set.
Thank you, Steph.
Very sweet.
Just really quickly, because you were just called Danny, I have to give you guys a quick update if I can screen share Taylor.
Oh, Lord.
How many fucking followers do you have now, you piece of shit?
Is it up to 100 yet? Oh, it is.
107 followers. Very excited about this, you guys. Can
you show the comment on that picture from me?
Let me pull that up, sure.
While you're doing that, Tam
I'll
Brown.
just read it to you.
Okay.
Sorry, the comment is, this is horseshit.
Into that.
Is that your next album name, Adam? This is horseshit. I like that.
Can't be a worse cover than the first one.
Look, man.
Let's
I think it's great.
Tam Brown tipped you and said, Dan Adam, oh my God, that was the same movie I saw in theaters. I agree. We need to replace it with a better movie memory. Wonderful set per usual. And then here's some applause.
Thank you, Tam.
How did she spell you?
It wasn't that bad of a movie, to be honest.
She said usual, but I said usual.
Okay, because there's a problem I have with one of the great flaws in the English language. There's no way to spell cash or usual. How would you spell it? You can't do it.
C-A-S and...
Cass.
Yeah.
How could you not pronounce Cass? Cass is very easy to pronounce. C-A-S spells Cass. Everybody knows that. It's easy.
So easy.
Very easy to
You weren't
do.
even here to hear it. That's so great.
Ooh, cashew?
No. Alexander Breyer tipped you and said, I had to tell a person waiting in the 15-minute wait that he still had to wear his mask because he wasn't truly vaccinated, and I got no applause either.
Now here's the thing. Do you think when a Karen goes to yell at somebody, in their mind, there's going to be applause when they get done? I think they
Probably,
do.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think they think everyone's going to clap for them when they turn around and people are videotaping them. They're truly surprised.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
100%.
Miley tipped you and said, for Danny or Adam, whatever he is today. Ray Benjamin tipped for Adam
He's named
for
Fluid.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
He's name fluid.
I am.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's see. Ray Benjamin for Adam for a portable applause machine.
His proper nouns are Adam and Danny. Those are his proper nouns, not his pronouns.
His proper nouns. LJ tipped you and said, for Adam, I would have started a slow clap for you if I was in that waiting room. Great set.
That's all I want. Is that so much to ask, really?
I just like saying ladies on Jawman. Austin Jars like ridiculous, says word. Okay?
See, I just try to get somebody to come with me everywhere I go and clap no matter what I say, Adam. That's what I do. Just have a posse. That's what you need, is an entourage to clap when you say cool shit.
Ben, you looked less like a Karen and more like a Latina Carmen Sandiego. Maybe she was already Latina. I'm not sure.
Because there's not a great Karen filters. That became my Care Ben character. It's just the one that seemed to capture the essence. But I agree, it looks a little Latina.
You need that weird blonde haircut that every Karen seems to have.
They have that, and then it's just not a good filter. I believe me, I feel you. I feel your pain strongly, but it's hard for me.
We got to get a programmer on that to design a perfect Karen.
There we go.
Yes, look, here's maybe they've got a new one. Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's not bad.
Looks like Kurt Cobain with lipstick.
Cobain.
Look, I'm just gonna fucking keep complaining. You want to shut me up? You have to fucking shoot me in the head, okay? Okay?
You can shave a little more for that one, Ben. I think I can see your whiskers coming through with the filter. That's pretty
Why
good.
I'm saying shoot me in the head. I'm doing Kurt Cobain as.
I do like Karen. I do like Karen Cobain as a character. That's very funny. Instead of all apologies, it's no apologies.
Oh, that's a well. No,
That's a Karen. No, that's
weird.
Karen.
Yeah, but there's weird floating shit. Nobody wants floating shit.
That's a Karen I dealt with yesterday.
Is that Jennifer Aniston? What's that one?
The mushroom haircut. My sister used to get that when we were kids because it was so popular when Rachel got it, and it literally like blossomed like a mushroom and looked absolutely fucking horrible.
All right, let's see. Amanda Bibbin sent you $10 and said, Adam, very funny. Celia, $10 for a dime bag or a bottle of wine with the Bachelorette.
Thanks, Celia.
And then Alex Breyer said, for Bowers to talk extra slow today.
It's about knowing your audience, Alex. When you can see you're losing them, talk faster.
Really, the opposite is true, and I think you know that, Bowers, but that's okay. We don't need to discuss that right now.
What do you mean? When you're losing them, talk slower?
It's exactly the case. You got to talk slower, and you draw them into your silences and be extra confident. When you talk fast,
okay.
they get overwhelmed. It's
That's if the story's good, Ben. When the story sucks, you get through it as fast as you can. I realized in that moment that wasn't a good thing to say on whatever this is, and I was going to get through it as fast as I could because I realized I'd made a mistake. That's why. So like yes, when I have confident when I'm confident in what I'm saying, I slow down, but not when I.
Well, you might have more time if you go slow to think of a better ending than the actual ending too. If you go slow. It's like the great trick that we all, like comics, I don't know if all learn, but good comics learn is when the check gets dropped. I'm not saying you would. I'm not saying what.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
But
good comics learn. I mean, not all comics, obviously, Bowers, but good comics learn. Anyway, what is that?
When the checks get dropped and it's very noisy, and most comics try and talk louder and over it, that doesn't work. It's just more noise. If you get real quiet and lengthen your pauses, people will pitch down quiet and listen closely, and it won't.
That's like a teacher move right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly silence. If somebody's talking, I just stop talking till they realize that everyone's looking at them, and then they usually shut up. But I've never been the guy who had to do something while the checks were coming, Ben. Thanks for that, you dick. Anyway, what else we got, Rachel?
Steve's got it, but who else got it? No one else gonna raise their hand.
I'm not in elementary school. I'm not gonna raise my hand. But Rach, what else we got coming in?
Last one. Shirley said, I celebrated my birthday last night and got so drunk I just wanted to watch SDSC, but I was too drunk to realize reruns are a thing. Happy belated birthday, Ben. # June birthdays.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, that's it.
All right, let's get to our next comic right away. Let's do it right now. Coming on the stage, brand new We Love Her. It's Rachel O'Brien, everybody. Woo!
Hey, great set, Adam. I totally resonate with, I'm not a drug person. I've tried. It's either, I don't feel
it's not
like
for everybody.
I feel like I don't ever get high, or, I took too many edibles and I'm laying on the ground just, trying to understand if, the room's spinning out. So,
yes. Totally
get it. But also, your whole thing about, calling out the public worker. I was on a train once. And I went to go to the bathroom, and I opened the bathroom door, and one of the train workers that was supposed to be protecting us, not the conductor, thank God, was downing little mini booze bottles, and I caught him, and I was like, do I call him out? And then he handed me one, and I was like, all right, all's forgiven. Right, if it was a plane, it'd have been different, but like, those are those out easily. So I recently got engaged. So many things change. There's so many things you have to prepare for. Like, I know I have to plan a wedding. I know I have to get bridesmaids. I know I'm now automatically more important than everyone else. It's just a special time in your life. That's actually a joke because I am the most chill bride ever, at least so far. In fact, I might be a fucking saint because my fiance, he bought some ranch land in Colorado a couple years before we got together. And when I say ranch land, we're doing nothing. There's no animals or crops. It's just 70 acres of camping ground, basically. And he's building a container home there, which I actually do think those are very cool. Nice. So basically, like, it's 2 steel containers stacked on top of each other, but it's in the building phase. So it lacks basic necessities like a kitchen or stairs or a bathroom. And I've been doing that for off and on for months now. His dad also has a house down below. He bought some of the ranch land. No bathroom there. They're building them. Still no bathroom. Porta potty I can walk a half a mile to, but we'll just go with it. Anyway, so the first mishap is, so it's 2 containers stacked, so it's upper, and then there's only a ladder connecting the bottom to the top because we don't have stairs in yet. And normally you're on a ladder and you climb up it and you maybe turn a light bulb or do a basic thing and then you climb right back down. You don't climb up a ladder and then hoist yourself onto the second level of a place to be there, and then when you go back down, you have to like hold your core and just like step on the top of it. So the last time I was there, I got cocky because I was like, I've done this 20 times today. I'm breezy, and I was wearing socks. Also wearing warmers because I was bringing flash dance to Colorado. I stepped on basically the top step, and I went boom, like all the way down. I slipped all the way down. Literally like split some leggings and started screaming. But I bounced back. That was actually no big deal. I had a swollen leg, whatever. That was no big deal, but I couldn't go to the store the next day, so I relied on him and his dad to buy groceries, which was hot dogs for every meal. I don't know if you want to kind of treat your body right, but I don't want to eat a preservative log of food. I mean, I might as well drink Everclear. That might be better for me than just eating that for every meal. But I was like, all right, I'll make this meal, whatever. The next day, I'm up at our home. He's down there doing a construction project with his dad. And then it's like shitting in the woods Russian roulette because there's no goddamn bathroom. I'm not joking. It's literally Russian roulette where I'm like, all right, I could walk down there. Oh, that's risky. Could shit my pants. I could also try to find a space on the property, dig a hole, make a go at it, but I have no way of knowing if one of them are going to drive up or not. Risky as fuck. It is seriously Russian roulette. So then I slink off to, and when I say the wilderness, it's not like I'm from Oregon. There's big trees. No, these are like tall, the trees are, and then there's some tumbleweeds. So then I scamper off to the edge of our property. Sometimes I've dug a hole. Other times I've put a rock over it. Don't judge me. The issue is when Greg goes to build his rock wall with the natural rocks, he's going to have to do a sniff test. Anyways, so I go. I have a fanny pack on. I put regular toilet paper in. I get my bag of baby wipes. And then I try to go at the furthest edge of our property away from where they'll be, but we're also backing up to another rancher's property who are real ranchers. And it's like the Hatfields and the McCoys where like they don't want to get close to us, we don't want to get close to them. So I'm just literally out in the fucking open, just praying that no one sees me as I quickly act like a lady. And but then I'm stuck with all the accoutrements, and then I've already shit on the earth. I'm not gonna like throw the toilet paper away. So then I like swaddle a baby basically and like bring my toilet paper with me. And then I go back to the house, and pretty much exactly at that moment, one time his dad and Greg pulled up, and I was like, no, I'm a bride. No, I've just been thinking about baking cookies and batting my eyelashes. No, I'm so pretty. It's so nice. Don't mind that. Right? Isn't it? Aren't I pretty? Anyways, that's the bride I've been. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Rachael O'Brien, everybody. The tip jar is open. Venmo on top right of the screen. PayPal at sdscshow.com. Or, of course, Super Chat on the YouTube. Very funny nightmare scenario you've painted for us there.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna start saying from now on when somebody asks me a stupid question, I'm gonna say, "Does Rachael O'Brien shit in the woods?" That's what
I mean, it's 7,000 feet up, so it's the mountains, but it literally looks like a flat Great Plains. Like, there's no trees, really.
So what do you do when you don't bury the toilet paper? What do you do with the toilet paper that you have now brought?
I wrapped it up and I throw it, but I have to, like, carry it over back to where the trash can is.
You throw it into an indoor trash can or an outdoor trash can?
It's an outdoor one. I don't know.
Okay, that's good.
I thought a lot about that when they emptied it, what that's going to be like.
I'm a little shiny, so don't mind me putting on makeup while we continue talking.
Well, me, I don't know if you know how much me and Ben like hot dogs, so that.
Yeah, that was a little offensive.
That was a little like we're like hot dogs every day we're there. Let's do it.
I ate 20 in 90 minutes on this show to win a championship. That's still to this day is one of my glory moments. So.
And Rachael, if you're worried about shitting quickly, eating more hot dogs will help that. So you'll be done way faster if you eat terrible food than if you eat.
That's why the countdown was on, and I was just like, I gotta figure out what to do right now.
Rachael, here's a question for you related to your upcoming wedding. How progressive are you as a person?
What do you mean by that?
Well, like, would you consider your dear friend Ben Gleib as one of your bridesmaids? Or does it have to be a woman?
Well, Ben, you're invited to the wedding. No, you're not a bridesmaid, but one of my gay best friends is a bridesmaid, so I am quite progressive.
So I gotta be gay, huh? I'll do what it takes. I'll do what it takes to get in. I want in on this bridesmaids crew. I want in.
Really, Ben? You'll do what it takes, huh? All right.
Bachelorette party where you're camping, essentially, or do you feel good about that?
I like camping. I'm good with that as long as, somebody else prepares the fire and, like, cooks the food and stuff and helps with the tent assembly. I love it.
Now, how many weeks do you think you could do that?
I could live in the woods for a solid, I could live in the woods for a solid 2 hours. 2 weeks? No, 2 weeks. I adjust my taste. I have little shelves in the tent with some of my favorite tchotchkes with me, so I feel warm.
I'm not sure you can camp for 2 weeks. Ben.
There's no way.
I'm very resilient. You guys don't get it. I'm very resilient.
Well, I think you're resilient. That's not the issue. I mean, by the way, Ben, I think you could survive anything or anywhere and get along wherever you were. I just don't see you putting your life on hold for 2 whole weeks to go out in the woods. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, if it was part of
behind you'd be, how behind you'd be if you showed up 2 weeks of nothing in the woods.
Yeah, but if there was some kind of like influencer challenge where my followers were growing during this time because they were following my journey in the woods, I could absolutely do it.
Sure. Okay.
That would literally be influencers in the wild.
Is that a show?
Yeah, it's a.
Oh no, it's a huge Instagram account of just like people taking videos of people videoing, like doing ridiculous things, like TikTok videos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did not know that. I did almost kill myself once trying to shoot a video for Instagram at the Grand Canyon and almost slipping in. That was pretty stupid.
Oh my god.
God, people actually do die doing that. All the time.
My parents didn't talk to me for several hours after that because they witnessed it and it was very, very dumb. I thought it'd be funny to like run and slide up right to the corner where there was no guardrail and while I was filming it, and it was not funny, but what was especially not funny was the gravel was like real loose and like the gravel just kept continuing and I ended up like right on the fucking edge and had to step back and my parents were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know." I never even posted it. I didn't even get the likes from it. It was stupid.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
Hey, now you guys made me tell that story. Now I'm definitely not going to be a bridesmaid. Fuck.
All right, Rachel, we got tips coming in.
Yeah, Greg Murphy said, "Hey, having two Rachels is confusing. Considering her set, can we call her Rachel number 2?"
Very funny.
I approve.
Or Rachael, at least they're spelled differently.
I'm
Rachael.
like, how do I address you, Rachel? Like, do I say hi, Rachel?
Queen.
I'm Rachel.
Queen.
Like,
Hi, Queen.
Queen Rachel and number 2 Rachel. We
I
got
call
it.
you Queen.
Queen Rachael and her number 2.
So Alexander Breyer tipped you and said, "Does a Rachel shit in the woods?"
Nice.
Yes.
Ray Benjamin, for a good shovel.
Oh, yes, that'd be helpful.
Tam Brown tipped you and said, "Starting a fund for a portable toilet and a pop-up tent."
Not bad.
Also, solid candidate for a shiwi over here.
Well, she needs a shit. She needs a shit wee. It's slightly
Oh,
different.
is that like?
She needs both. He needs both.
Is a shiwi like a catheter for a woman? Is that what that is?
Well, it's for concerts. You put it on your, and then it goes down your leg, and you can pee out the side of your leg, so you don't have to like go to the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
used
both
to-
the hold.
I used to date a paralyzed fella, so I know how that works. Like there'd be
Sure.
a thing, but it'd go down
Did
the
you
leg.
clear his catheter for him?
Did I put it in for him?
Did you? Oh, I didn't ask about the fun part. I was asking if
Oh
you
no,
cleared
no,
it
no!
out.
But I watched him put it in all the time, and then he just
Okay.
around his leg.
Interesting. However,
Anywho,
whatever turns you on, I like that. You're like, I'll watch you put it on. Go ahead.
All right, let's see. We also had Randy Longmire send you $10 for ammo to protect yourself against the protect yourself from the Hatfields, or is it the McCoys?
either one. Either one. I also did brandish a gun on accident once when some neighbors came over at 2 a.m. and I thought maybe it was unsafe, and so I put one in a big jacket that my fiance owned, and so I like put it in the pocket, and I was like, "I'll be good. I'll protect us." And then I walked up to him, and it fell out of the jacket, and I was like, "Okay."
Oh.
That was like one time I went to a gun range to just, learn how to shoot, and we got some smaller guns and we got some bigger guns. I didn't realize how big the bigger gun would how heavy it would be, and I did drop it at the gun range right onto the floor.
It
Very
scares
lucky I
people.
didn't kill several people.
Yeah, it genuinely scares people. It could go wrong.
I thought it'd be funny to have a shotgun right next to the Grand Canyon, and I was going to fire it and see if I could not fall into the fucking crevice, and it hurt my shoulder a lot. I almost fell down.
Let's see. Razor tipped you and said, "Congrats on your engagement, Rachel. Just one thing: if you're gonna have kids, please don't be one of those we're pregnant couples."
Oh no! Oh God! No gender reveal party, no mason jars anywhere, none of that shit. No chalkboards, nothing.
I love it. Let's see. Chili Dog sent $10 for you.
How will you know when to live, laugh, and love then, Rachel, if you don't have all that stuff hung up? When will you know? Forget to live, laugh, and love without that
or you
sign,
could do-
goddammit.
Or you could do a really gross gender reveal where your fiance just picks up one of those rocks.
But that would actually be funny, but embarrassing. The ironic thing is that ranch that we're not like doing animals with, I've decided to turn into a wedding venue where I'm going to charge couples for me to be like, "Hey, 15 grand, you want to just be here?"
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll make
Good plan.
a stick altar. We'll call it a day.
Just call it rustic, and you can sell it for whatever you want to charge.
Just don't encourage them to sit on the rocks or anything.
Yeah, no, that's a no. Because I don't really know which ones are landmines. Anyway.
I like your idea of the general reveal rock, though, Adam. That's very funny. They lived there. Apparently, it was a man. Jesus.
Apparently, this kid's going to be a real shithead, I'll tell you that.
Front row Stephen Val says, congrats on your engagement. P.S. Marriage sucks. It looks like, and they're giving you 2 thumbs up right now.
I actually like that person. I like that dark humor.
Very cute.
You think they're joking.
So, yeah, no. What Val is saying is, whatever you do, don't marry Steve. That's her only advice.
Oh.
Okay, look. See. No, she loves you.
Brad Clark tipped you and said, if you're sleeping inside but still shitting outside, I think you're still homeless.
It's a fine line.
By the way, Cash Levis just wrote in the chat that if I ever get married, it's going to be at City Hall with a fun little party afterwards. Government gets everything wrong, Cash. You think they're going to get your name right on that certificate? You won't even be legally married. I would just consider having a different kind of marriage.
Definitely don't let Ben Gleib officiate.
Yeah.
Which I can do, by the way. I am ordained. Hence Rachel. If I can be bridesmaid.
We don't have a
I'm also ordained. If anybody,
So you've got right now the basic package or the premier package. You can make your own choices.
And I'm not ordained, but Danny, Alabama is ordained. So
that's right. My God.
And by the basic package, Ben, is that the is that what you're saying?
That was the joke. Yep.
I couldn't tell if you were saying deluxe package because I was fat or basic package because I'm not you. I didn't know what the joke was.
No, just basic package because
right,
you're not me.
Bowers, when I get married, I'll let you ordain it, and then Ben, you can be a bridesmaid only if you wear a dress.
Ooh.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, cool.
Fine.
Yeah, you weren't obviously at the party.
That backfired on Rachel real quick. Rachel was.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all.
No, and the good news is if anybody protests that union, we know that Hofstetter will be there to shut them down.
Actually, be a really fun part of this. If anyone would like to, has any reason why these two shouldn't wed, let Steve Hofstetter hear about it because he'll tell you to shut the fuck up.
We should plant a heckler.
Although, I mean, technically, Steve will probably be the one heckling that union. He'll realize the mistake he's made and not wanting to. Also, I can't.
This is real. My first wedding, when they said that and no one stood up, I was so sad. I was like hoping someone would like save me, and no one did.
There's your
Do
sign.
they say that anymore? I feel like I haven't heard that at a wedding in a long time.
I don't think they say it. I think they're too afraid with everybody's like social media connection. Someone's going to show up out of the blue and stop that shit. I'm also stunned that Rachel thought I would have a problem appearing like a woman during your wedding.
Oh, you look just like Ziva.
I don't like this one. This one's the one I
He
can't.
looks just like his mom. It's so cute.
Listen, Bowers, I think you are very
She's
cute.
so much cuter. For whatever reason.
That's fair.
These filters make you look very harsh, and the pancake white makeup is a little much.
Okay, but some people really enjoy a harsh woman.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get
You
through
said
some of these.
people want a woman who can live on the land and shit in the woods, Ben? Is that what you're saying? A harsh chick that can like take it and climb up a ladder and still fall down and keep on ticking? I like it.
Absolutely.
All right,
just please, if you can, remember when shitting in the woods, keep your mask on. Just keep your mask on.
All right, it's 4:15. Let's finish these up. Amanda tipped you $10 and said, I'm in Kansas and I've been stuck out in a grass field with a bunch of my male friends and I needed to go to the bathroom. It's nothing but flat land here with no trees.
Oh, that's the worst.
Well, that's the same. No, it's Russian roulette. You just try to time it right and then make up a lie. I don't know. I haven't experienced them pulling up yet while I'm doing it, but God knows.
Buy a large 3-sided poster board that kind of stands as like a boom, 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 and get 2 of those and create your own little
like
shelter.
a dressing screen. You can get a dressing screen, like one of those like bamboo little Victorian ones. Just place that there, and you don't have to explain to people why it's out there.
Or like those quick change artists on America's Got Talent, like a quick shit artist. Just put it in
It's easy.
Let's see. LaBelle tipped you and said, as someone who has played music for over 100 weddings, you just made me so happy saying that you won't be doing the mason jar chalkboard bullshit theme.
I saw someone else that wrote mason jar ? I'm like, no, they're overplayed. That's the reason why I said it.
Yeah, very much so. Let's see. Alexander Breyer says, for Ben, every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball. And then Razor tipped Adam and said, hey, Adam, I actually got applauded for hero moment once. Some friends and I were at an all-night diner, and this table of girls were joking and laughing. No big deal. Then their server brought us our check and apologized for loud dick words, and the other table. So my friends put their tips on the table. I picked up the money and took to the girls' table, told them what the server said, and gave them her tip. They confirmed that they were all gay. Then I showed them the LGBTQ ally flag on my phone that I just learned about. Anyway, long story short, they applauded me.
Was that an escape room? I couldn't follow any of what that was. What was?
You and me both. Do you want me to reread it?
No, the server was a dick, and they gave the server's tip to the people. Yeah, it was
Got it.
Adam, if you tried paying people, maybe they'd clap then. I think that's what.
Right.
That was your mistake. You could have said you shouldn't say that. Here's $15. Maybe everyone would have clapped if you'd have given them the money.
All right, it's time for the game.
All right, let's play this game.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
leads. Let's go.
Do Leady Doodle time first. Wow, here we go.
It's Leady Doodle time. It's Leady Doodle time. It's time for drawings done by Leady, but not in the normal time, just earlier. Leady Corbin.
Thank you. All right. First up, I have. I have as a friend. She's got some bomb ass eyelashes. And then next I have thank you. Just doing my duty. Thank you. Then I have nothing to see here. I hope that poo wasn't too graphic. I tried to make it like okay, good. Yeah, I also hope it was accurate. That's important to me too.
The lady that looks delicate. There you go.
And just for clarification, it doesn't look large. It's meant to be a lot closer to the camera.
Yes, it's
Objects
perspective.
in mirror.
It's not a massive dinosaur poo. No.
I actually didn't see that part of it. I was like, oh, that's a rock. And then there's nothing underneath because I'm a lady. That's what I literally saw.
Noted. And then to end, I have an animation.
Oh, God.
I'll watch it one more time. Gigantic cock. Wing. Gigantic cock.
Yes.
That is it from me.
At LadyCorbin.com on IG and at Art for My Heroes on IG and LadyCorbin.com. Get print, support the leadstress.
And see her tonight at Steve's show in Sacramento.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Bye, Leeds. Have a great time.
See you, dudes.
Thanks, Leeds.
All right. So the game today is Roast a Movie. These are the unpaid entries that I really liked. I like Grimbeard's Barbecuerella.
That's really good.
Sheep Go Quack, Frying Nemo. And then Greg Murphy's Bride of Chucky roast. All right, Rachel and Adam, these are the ones starting with our front row that we'll be voting on. So just remember your favorite. Frankie Berman, you're up first.
So I have two. I have Crocodile Well Done D. And then my other one is Kingsford versus Ferrari.
Nice. JP.
All right, I have the Briquettes of Madison County.
Nice.
And the Land Before Fried.
Nice.
Who's next? LaValls.
All right, I have three. I have Sear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I have Braised and Confused.
Wow.
And I have Inglorious Basters.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Ehrlich.
Okay, I have Silence of the Roast Rack of Lambs.
Nice.
And Beauty and the Roast Beef.
Angles.
Unmute. Okay, can you hear me now?
We got you.
Right.
Just your eyeballs staring into the camera. It was amazing.
Weird thing. I was trying to unmute. All right, I just got one. I know it's mostly known as a book, but it's also a movie. To Grill a Mockingbird.
That's really good.
Tam.
I have No Country for Roast Hens. And my grill. Buzz off.
Oh.
Talking about my grill.
Greg.
All right. First one's not so bad. A little sad. No roasted chicken for old men. And then of course, it is roast a movie, so Baby Q.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh no.
You want?
Nice. Love it.
Ralph.
Oh. I have Poke a Hot yet?
Oh my god.
And rare the wild things are. And I'll do one more also.
Are those lines saliva coming down our mouths?
Yes, it's mouth watering.
Right.
That does not look like saliva. That does not look like saliva. I just want to.
I thought they ate tampons.
I don't like that I have more in my mouth than Ben, but I still like it.
And then Grease.
Yes.
Ray.
Thank you, Ralph.
Ray's gonna do his own, and then Aranka had to leave, so he's reading Aranka's entries as well.
Actually, I'm donating my two to Aranka, so there are 4, all from
Okay.
Aranka.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All from Aranka. Okay.
I'm
here
pretty
we go.
sure we're gonna know which ones are Arankas and which ones are Rays, but that's still. That's just,
All Aranka now, you're saying.
Well-
All 4 are Aranka.
They're all 4 Arankas. Roast Busters.
nice.
Now, and this one somebody else came up with as well. The Silence of the Roasted Lambs.
Sure.
Good Grill Hunter.
Can you do the next one in a German accent, please?
Brian. No, wait. I can't do German. Wait. Brian Pan Labyrinth.
That's what she said.
Good. That was pretty good.
That's as good as I can do.
That's
That
great.
felt a
Thanks,
lot
Ray.
like the guy from Inglourious Bastards. Very intense.
Thank you.
Steph.
I'm going to try and do this in a German accent because mine's better than Ray's.
Hey, only I can attack Ray.
You call me
Pineapple Princess?
Oh no, mine's better than Ray is a good T-shirt. Anyway, keep going. What do you got?
I know what you did. I know what you roasted last summer.
That's actually a pretty good
That's a
accent.
much better accent.
Yep. The unroasted descendants. That's my 2.
Great
Please
job.
take Pineapple Princess off, Taylor. I'm sorry.
Wendy.
Okay, I have the barbecue of the vanities
Nice.
and the fast and the furiously hungry for barbecue.
All right.
Brad.
So I just had the one, the Tailgater's Guide to the Galaxy.
Nice.
Oh, I like it.
Good one. All right. Is there anyone, front row audience members, that wants to do one live on camera? Wave at me. Okay. I don't see any hands. So these are the rest of the entries. We had Jonathan S., Dallas Friars Club.
Oh, nice.
He also had the Book of George Foreman. Greg Murphy, Nom Nom Nomicide, Life on the Street. Jack Dostal had Finding That Nemo Fell Between the Grill Grates. Cynthia Cresswell, Brazing Arizona.
Oh,
this one's good.
Dude. That's solid.
Cynthia also had Fricassee No Royale. Does that make sense?
What?
Fricassee?
Royale.
Fricassee. Run it. Yeah.
Fricassee No Royale.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Oingo Boingo Grill Bill.
That's very good.
Marielle, Children of the Roasted Corn. Bert dies on Schindler's Luau.
I could have grilled one more. I could have grilled one more.
Oh no! No!
Think about grilling meats, not other things.
Glad Steve wasn't here for that.
I know we're about to play Limbo, but Hitler, how low can you go?
France.
Argentina.
Wendy Swerdlow, Strange Q. Razor, Attack of the Fried Green Killer Tomatoes, or if that was already taken, it wasn't, so. Don't read ahead, folks. Brian Davis. Gangbangs of New York deliberately chose to infer the wrong type of roast. Sorry, not sorry. Clarence Isaac Jr., The Spy Who Cooked for Me. Shannon Savage, The Lamb Before Time.
I like that. The lamb.
Amanda Bibbins, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald Against Taste Buds. Deep burn, I don't know anything about. And then she also had Donner Party presents 3 Men Roast a Baby.
Oh man.
What I love about that is that they just really had to shoehorn that one into a movie title. They're like, really want to roast a baby here. How can I make this work?
Amina Saleh, $1 million baby back ribs. Amina also had Harry Porker and the Prisoner of Ass Kebabs. She also had Mighty Python and the Holy Grill.
Oh shit! These are good.
Amina, the Da Vinci Cod. Never disappoints, this one. And then Amina, the Lamb Shank Redemption.
Amina, go to hell. This is too funny.
All the time. Tam, Adam's Rib Roast.
Don't bring me into this.
And then Tam had another one. Donner Pass the Rump Roast.
Oh God.
And then I think that's all of them.
All right. Wow. There's a lot of really
say
good
Adam's ribs are so delicious. Army Hammer wants to take them out. It's a really delicious rib.
I liked Harry Porker and the Prisoner of Ass Chops. Ass Kebabs. That was good. I like Oingo Boingo's Grill Bill, Brazen Arizona. That was Cynthia's. Greg's BBQ, Babe BQ. Frankie's Angles to Grill a Mockingbird. I gotta go with, though, I like Brazen Confused by LaBelle. All three of his were good. He had a bunch of really good ones. So I'm voting for Brazen Confused, but any of the LaBelle ones I would have liked. Rachel, what was your favorite?
I liked Baby Q from Greg.
I meant Rachel number 2. Sorry, Rachel number 2.
Oh.
What is your?
I mean, so funny. Anything with the brazen it, but I think I was laughing. But is it Amelia the last one? I was dying. I don't know.
Amina, yeah. Was that the
Which one? I don't know which one. There were so many.
There was. So Amina's. We'll just go with that.
Ask Kebabs. You want to go with Ask Kebabs?
No, give me one more.
What was the one after Ask Kebabs?
There was a Lamb Shank Redemption, the Da Vinci Cod.
Da Vinci Cod, that one.
It's Lamb Shank Redemption.
Lamb Shank Redemption. All right.
Adam. A bird is not meant to be caged, and neither is a lamb.
I loved Grill Bill. I thought was great. Tam's No Country for Roast Hens. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed both Braised and Confused and Braising Arizona. That was LaBalls and somebody else, I forget who. But I got to give it to Baby Q from Greg.
All right. Now, original Queen Rachael. We'll say Queen Rachael.
Okay. The Crocodile Well Dundee was great. Braising Arizona, like very, very close, but I'm going to give it to Greg's Baby Q as well.
All right. Ben.
That's 2 votes for Greg's Baby Q, currently in the lead. I loved many of the ones mentioned. I loved Crocodile Well Dundee, especially Nom Nom Nomicide Life on the Street from Greg Murphy was fantastic. But I gotta give it to Amina Saleh, aka Amanda Salad, with Harry Porker and The Prisoner of Azkaban. But that doesn't change anything. The winner is Greg Murphy with Baby Q. Go to sdsbshow.com to claim your prize. You are the game winner for today. Nicely done.
Nice
What
work,
is
Greg.
what is the Night King game, Queen?
Let's do roast a TV show.
Love it. Roast a
Like-
TV show
How I Met Your Mother at a barbecue. That wasn't great.
at a roast. at a roast. That's a good one. The big BBQ theory. You guys got
You
it.
know what? Yeah, you got
Better
it.
at it than we are. Ben, Rachel, do you guys have any? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, actually, Rachel number 2. Did you have any? Did you have any? Did you think of
Well, I
any?
just said Wonder Beers, but that doesn't make sense because it's
Good work. Adam, you got any?
I got some. I have 6. How many you got?
I got none.
You got none?
Well, bring us home
Just
then,
me?
Adam. Do it. Just
All
take
right,
it
I
home,
got
Adam.
it. This first one's it's cheating because it's a TV show, but I have American Horror Story Oven instead of Coven. I've got The Brave Little Roaster. I've got the famous George Clooney. I've got the famous George Clooney film Up in the Air Fryer. I've got Microwavers of the Lost Ark. I've got this. I'm pretty proud of. I've got Convections of a Call Girl. And last but not least, Glengarry Glen Roast.
Nice work.
Very nicely
Nice
done.
job. All right. Well, it's time to do some plug stuff. Rachel number 2, where do we find you? How do we follow you around? What you got?
I'm on Instagram at Rachael N O'Brien. Rachel spelled RACHAEL, and then it's it's NOBRIEN. Reads like Rachel N'Obrien. And my podcast is 7 Deadly Sinners. Ben and I are doing a show on July 24th. I'm sure you'll get all the emails for that. It's gonna be a blast. Ben, you ready for the improv for that? I'm gonna tell you a weird fucking story.
Yes, and I am.
Perfect. Very yeah. I love you.
All right,
Same.
awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Rachel.
being here.
Definitely
Very
have you-
excited to be your bridesmaid. That was very kind of you to offer. I'm very excited about that.
He won't let
Very
her
excited.
Well, thanks for being here, Rachel. We'll have you back soon. We liked you. Thanks so much for being here. You were awesome. Adam, how do we find you, buddy?
I am at Mamawala on Twitter and Instagram. If you like baseball, check out Away Games Podcast at Away Games Pod on Twitter and Instagram. If you like basketball, check out Horse Hoops at Horse Hoops on Instagram and at Horse_Hoops on Twitter. And follow at The Real Danny Alabama because, fuck it.
Awesome. Well, we have some programming notes. Tonight, I'm doing the roast battle at the Comedy Store. I think they just opened up some tickets because they're doing full capacity now, so there are some tickets available if you want to go. So check that out. It's at 9:30. But then also, so origin stories. We had a fallout for tomorrow. Renee Gaudier was supposed to be here, but she's not. So we're taking Kira Sultanovich was supposed to be last week, and she's going to be tomorrow. So that's origin stories tomorrow, and then we'll figure it out from there. So we'll have Renee back in their time. But so we're not doing origin stories tonight, but tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific with Kira Sultanovich will be origin stories.
And I'll send a message
Patreon to do that, right? Join your Patreon to
Yeah,
do
you
that.
join the Patreon. You know how to do that. Yeah. Just
And I'll send a message in the Patreon so everybody's up to date.
/origin stories. Patreon/origin stories. Ben, what you got coming up?
Love it, love it. A couple things. This Friday night, the 10 o'clock show or whatever time it starts will be my return to my home club, my first time playing indoors at the Hollywood Improv in a year and a half. So I'm very, very excited about that. Please check that out. And we have a programming note for our show that dovetails into my next plug. We will not be having SDSC this Saturday. We apologize. We could not make it work. We couldn't get our full staff here, so there will be no show Saturday. But allow me to fill that Saturdays at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern gap for you. I am moving Gleib Off the Top, crowd work and improvised madness for this Saturday, up to noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Because I had something I wanted to do I was going to have to miss that I now can do, and maybe some of you that have always wanted to come and couldn't make the time can finally make it. So go to nowherecomedyclub.com and get a ticket for Gleib Off the Top this Saturday. Join the Mad Ones, and you can use promo code SDSC for a discount ticket, VIP meet and greet afterwards. Please check that out. We'd love to have you this Saturday. And that is my plugs. Rachel.
What a great idea, Ben. That's a nice way to fill that space. I love that. Good job.
That's awesome.
Thanks, buddy. Cool.
And just a reminder that we also have Bauer's origin stories for his birthday episode. I posted the link in the chat, and Leedy will be interviewing with me. So make sure to get tickets for that. And then we had one last general. Steph said, Chris, I'll let my sister know you're ordained as you are her favorite comic. Ben, I'll see what I can do to get you in the bridal party as her girlfriends are crazy. All right, that's it.
Honored to be considered.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Front Row, for being here. As always, we love you. We will see you guys tomorrow, our normal time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. You guys are awesome. We love you, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah. And Ben, you have you're gonna be at the Improv tomorrow night?
Friday night.
Friday night. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll swing by. So.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that for sure.
Love it.
Okay, guys. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah, so thanks so much, guys, for being just an awesome group. As always, this is just a fun time. And again, thanks for letting me come to your party, Ben. I told Ben at the party, he told me he was going to buy this house 7 years. I don't know how long you own the house, but you were at the Laughing Derby, and you told me about this house, and you were showing me you're going to get it. And you were like, and I'm going to have these parties. And I said, well, someday I'll go there. And 8 years later, I got to come to the party. And though I wasn't on the guest list, you did let me in, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ben. It was super fun. There's a guy in a tuxedo at the door, and he says, what's your name? And I'm like, Chris Bowers. And he's like, oh, no, I don't have that. I'm like, it's under Bowers? He's like, nope. Call Ben. He doesn't answer. Finally, the guy's like, I trust you. You're in a red, shiny coat. I'm sure you're supposed to be at this party. And he let me in, so I don't know. Anyway, thanks for not kicking me out, Ben, once I got in. I appreciate it. It was fun.
You are very welcome. I will be posting a video in the next couple of days on my Patreon that shows Bowers. I take a camera through the entire party, and Bowers, in the most Bowers way, makes an appearance. It's hilarious. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Some consider you the ladies and gentlemen of Isolation Nation, but I consider you all just passengers, okay? Good night, everybody. We'll see you soon.
What's in the cake?